What's up, Pokey Rockers? We got ourselves something a little different than normal. That's right, we're delving into mail, into singles, into the unknown. Oh yeah, that right there. We'll talk about that later. But first, the intro. So, what do we have today? Something, again, a little different than what you've normally been seeing, which is us opening up packs and packs and packs and packs and packs of cards. But really, there comes a time in the collector's world where we should probably be looking into buying singles. Why singles? Hell, I'm glad you asked. Buying singles is just one of the best ways to go in the grand scheme of things. Of course, there's nothing like opening up a nice little pack of cards and seeing what you might get. There's all sorts of fun that comes with that. But if you're trying to expand your collection, best not to expand with bulk and be a little bit more precise. Take that sniper shot and get some of those cards that you long for in your binders. And of course, we will go into all of that. So let's start off. And again, we'll talk about you. We'll get to you later. And of course, we'll get to this. I will put in the description below links to anything that we talk about, links to sellers on eBay because they are trusted. They have done phenomenal work. We have a lot of mail coming, and so we're going to have a lot of rocket mail in the future. So let's begin. And of course, I have already opened up these packages for many reasons. One, so that way I can figure out what card is actually inside the package. Two, so you don't see my address, because I'm safe like that. I truly actually kind of, yeah, I care about that. I was going to say I don't care, but I do care. And then, so that way I can give you all information about these cards and not sound like a complete jackass. And, yeah. So, what's the first card that we got here? Whoop! Ooh, look at there. Slitherwing from Paradox Rift. Now, this is a very important card and one that is great to start off with. Why? Why is it great to start off with? Because it's a brand new Pokemon card in the newest set that's available right now. And it is incredibly inexpensive. Here is some TCG player stats. It's a $3 card. Okay? That is less than a booster pack to try. Let me say that one more time. Take a key word out of this. Try and get this. That try is going to be in this entire episode. that word is going to be very important, because when something costs $3, it's a no-brainer. You should pick it up, especially if you like it, because the chances of you actually pulling this much lower than if you just spent the $3 and got it. Now, why did I choose Slitherwing? One, obviously, it's a great example to use why you should get into singles, why you should consider getting singles. It's a low-cost alternative to expand your collection and not give yourself a bunch of bulk. But you know, it's a great segue. It's a great way for beginners and people who do not want to financially be burdened with Pokemon collecting to get into this stuff. Now, Slitherwing, I like Slitherwing because it's meshing up Mothra and Godzilla and throwing them together into making a beautiful beast. This truly, to me, speaks Japanese monster film. I absolutely love it. Now, buying from TCG Player, and I'm going to stay on this card for a little bit because there is so much to talk about to lay the mood, if you will, into the rest of these cards. TCG Player I like buying from because it's a good, trusted service. You're going to get quality cards. You're going to get... but there are some caveats to it. First and foremost, the one thing about TCG Player I do not like is no pictures. Literally. Or barely any pictures. I don't know about you, But when I want to buy stuff that I want to collect, especially if I wish to grade them, I need to look at it. I need to look at it because I can't. No one there. That's like buying a pair of shoes without trying them on. That's like buying a coat and it being Chinese sizes and not US sizes. You go and look at the thing. So you put a lot of trust and faith into anyone you buy from on TCG Player. Now, I will say this, most of the time, I'd say 9 times out of 10, you're going to get the card that you want. This is a good example. So we're going to take this out, so excuse me, and give this a good look. Be nice and gentle with it, be nice and gentle. So again, I didn't see a picture of this. There you go, there's the focus. I didn't get a picture of this. You could say, blindly bought this card. Centering looks wonderful. I don't see any print lines or scratches or any problems there. Flipping it over. Now, some of this white stuff is dust, so, you know, that's going to happen. I don't know how well focused this can get, but there you go. You know, dust and things, but luckily a lot of grading companies clean your card off gently before they grade. Some don't, some do. Centering looks wonderful on this. This card will grade very well. So, let's go ahead and sleeve back up Slitherwing. And put it back into its nice little home here. I'm just going to put it inside a nice little home. There we go. Nice little Slitherwing back in its case. So, this should grade well. I plan to, every card that I'm going to show you, especially with Rocket Mail, they are going to get graded. And of course, we're going to have a whole episode about how they graded and what I believe why they didn't grade so well, so on and so forth. I'll give you a baby bottom tap. But yes, that's one thing with TCG Player I don't like, is the fact that they do not show pictures. So you are blind buying. Their prices are a little better than eBay sometimes. It depends on if you want to get into a bid war with someone. And of course, we will talk more about eBay shortly. And we can do whole eBay episodes and stuff. But continuing on, the other aspect, the second reason why I don't like TCG Player too much is many and much more of the time, they will tell you that the shipper or the seller has shipped your card without tracking. And I will tell you what, folks, there have been weeks before I have gotten cards. And I completely forget about them because it's like, oh, oh yeah, that's right. I remember buying that. And here it is, a couple of weeks later. And those two aspects really, really, really just unsettle me. But as far as the experience with TCG Player goes, it is a good and great experience. Just some caveats to be mindful of. So, let's go ahead and continue forward. That's Slitherwing. This is a perfect example of, if you like cool artwork, if you love beautiful cards and Pokemon design, and you don't want to spend even close to what a booster pack typically costs, around $5, this right here is a perfect thing to get into. $3, shipping was free, right to your door. There you go. Alright, what's the next card? A little purpley durple envelope. This card has also come from TCG Player. And whoop! Oh, it's the Noivern V alternate art from Evolving Skies. I absolutely adore Evolving Skies. I know, I'm a simp, right? Evolving Skies just has some of the greatest cards of our generation, as far as Modern is concerned. Some of the greatest artwork, greatest values. I mean, whatever you want to talk about Evolving Skies, it is the greatest, whether you like it or not. Maybe you all have noticed by the point of staring at this card long enough, noticed a potential problem here. And yeah, this is a prime example to why I do not like, let me get this out real quick and we'll talk more about it. This is a prime example of why not looking at the card before buying it can lead to an investment, whether that be collectors, whether that be for monetary value, or whatever have you, can bite you literally in the ass. So, it is, I would say, to my own personal opinion, severely off-center. It's very thick on this left-hand side, very skinny on the right-hand side, thicker at top, smaller on the bottom. So basically the picture is shifted this way. If I were to grade this, I would suspect I would get a 9, maybe a 9. Can't really focus too much closer, but I will let you know. Don't worry about too much of what seems to be whitening. These are high gloss cards, and sometimes when you see like potential whitening, it's not. It's just that the card gloss and this holographic gives you illusions that it is it is whitened or something of that nature. On the back of the card, so the first thing we look at is centering. Not bad. The back of the card is actually much more favorable, although it still exhibits a shift to the right, a little thicker on this left side, a little skinnier on this right side. The top and bottom is actually fine. It looks fine. No crazy marks or anything like that. But here's the thing. Do I want to grade this card? I don't think I'm going to. Just for how severe off-center, the front of the card, and this is a grading hint for you, the front of the card, which is is a no-brainer, it's a no-duh, right? Is the most important part of the card. So that is the one that gets the most prejudice and the most judgment. And the back of the card, it still gets a lot of judgment, but not as harsh as the front, because obviously you're looking there. So Noivern V, it's not a huge investment. It's a $26 card, so that's not cheap by anybody's standards. I don't care who you are. Once you start getting the double digits on anything, it's no longer inexpensive. It's now, is it within your means? But when we talk about Evolving Skies and the price of a booster pack, which is around $8 or more, depends where you get it, and the chances of you actually getting this card, which is like, what, 1 out of 100 packs or something like that? I'll put up some stats right here about the idea, and they're going to be relative. That it's approximation of how many packs you're going to have to get this thing.
Oh my God!
So $26 in the grand scheme of things, not a big investment, not a big pitfall into the pockets, if you will. This was worth it. This was worth it. But at the same time, this particular card, not so much. But again, this was from TCG Player, and I didn't have a picture of it. I just blindly bought it because, well, it's near mint. Which is true. This is a near mint card. It's just off-center, so therefore it's not going to grade that well. It is what it is, isn't it, folks? It is what it is. Alright, so let's move on. Getting out of that way, let's see what's in this letter. Some of this stuff I've remembered, some of it I don't. It's been sitting on my table for some time. Set that aside right there. And, ooh! Alright. So, this is a cool card. Absolutely wonderful. Now, this is the Charizard V-Star. Again, it's a fairly inexpensive card. On TCG Player, it's around $9, give or take. $9 card. And here's the kicker with this, though. And to why I love promos. And I'm going to do a whole promo episode on why I absolutely love promos, because they're just unique cards. But the thing of this is, you can only get it in one of two ways. One of two ways. You can buy the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection for $100, give or take. Or you can buy this card on the secondary market for $9. I don't know about you, but if I'm only after this card, which I wasn't, but at this current time, only after this card, the $9 is a no-brainer. So, but why did I pick this one? Why didn't I buy all three? Because you could buy all three for like $30 or something like that. So if you really just want the promos, there you go. the reason why I bought this card is because, if you don't know, but you should know if you watched our episodes, we pulled the Mewtwo V-Star that complements this card. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that now. Alright, so this, I love this. I will put a link in the description below in this video to this top loader binder. So you're going to get a brief little look here. We might go through this later if we want to. But there it is. I'll take it out. And there you go. So we pulled this. I'll have the correct saying over on the left-hand side there of the screen. And it's the same battle scene done by the same done by two different artists, which is interesting. I would have thought they would use the same artist to do this type of collab. But nonetheless, they are a match with each other, and I plan to grade them in sequential order. So hopefully have the Mewtwo and then the Charizard graded one over the other. I'm going to get a little bit spicy with this and figure out which one released first. I think it's the Mewtwo, so this will go first and then this one next. But yes, this is the whole reason why I got this Charizard V-Star, so that way it can complement the Mewtwo V-Star. Like I said, these top load binders, I mean, wow. They are so cool. And if you don't have one of these in your arsenal, you need one, because it's just so much protection. You got a penny sleeve and a top loader and a binder sleeve, keeping it away from all those nasty, ugly UV rays and the light, keeping your cards nice and preserved. Absolutely, positively worth the investment. So again, I will post an Amazon, or I will link Amazon to that binder. Low cost binders, like, I don't remember, but you'll find out for yourself. Stupid awesome binder. Stupid awesome binder. Centering looks great on it. Let me get into the good focus zone. Centering looks great. On the back side, it's a little heavy on the left and then skinny on the right. Top and bottom look just fine. This should still grade just fine, though. Like I said, the back of the card isn't met with as much scrutiny as with the front, and since the front of the card looks almost perfectly centered, this should grade well. Alright, another TCG Direct, which I like TCG Direct. Just as a little mention, one of the better things I really like about TCG Player is that you can actually optimize your cart. So you're just throwing in cards like, oh yeah, this card's for good price, this card's for a good price, and then you start seeing all the shipping and the taxes, and now you're like paying about as much as, you know, cards that you put in your cart as you are for shipping and taxes, and you're just like, huh. Well, TCG Player has it where if you scroll up or down, I'll show you, of course, some pictures. You click that optimized cart, and it will actually run through all of its inventory, find you cards and the best price possible with the best sellers, with the best shipping and everything. And usually it's through TCG Direct, and you will save yourself a lot of money, and that is one way to go. It's awesome. So, what's this next card? Let's pull it out. What do we got here? Oh! Special Delivery Charizard. Now, this is another promo, and the whole reason why I love promos. Oh man, what a beautiful card. Wow. Hold on, we gotta take this out real quick. Wait, let's take it out. I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Look at this thing. I mean, the holo is gleamy, dreamy, beautiful. Not a single scratch on that holo. The centering on this thing. Mwah! Muy bien. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Turning it over. I am a stickler. Turning it over. Looks like there is a couple of marks at the top. That's fine. So, won't be grading too well per se with those indents. I don't know. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, this is another TCG Player purchase. So we got those two little marks up there. I don't know if I might look into it a little deeper after this video. But yeah, they definitely, if you see a shadow like that, so this is a good example to use. If you see a shadow where it's really dark, most likely it's an indent. What that would be from, don't know, but nonetheless, the centering on this is perfect. Centering on this perfect. So I don't know what that will do. That being said, it might be a 9, maybe 9.5, because it's just so dang delicious. But yeah. Now, with special delivery Charizard, but let me just leave this back up real quick and we'll talk more about it. Alright, so what about special delivery Charizard? Why is it so special? Well, back in 2022, July 11th, 2022, Pokemon Center announced that if you purchased $20 of product, I'm not sure if it was strictly TCG, I'm going to try and find the mailer or the flyer and post it up here so that way you can see it, that you had to, if you purchased $20 of stuff, you would receive this special delivery Charizard in the mail. To get this card, of course, you had to actually pre-register for it. And you had to give your email address and your physical address, I guess you could say your billing address, or shipping address, not quite sure which one. Again, you'll see a picture of that. And once you had your turn, so it was your turn, you would get an email notification from the Pokemon Center telling you, hey, you're ready to buy your $20 worth of stuff, and then put your code in. Here's your code. You put that code into your shopping cart, and you're going to get your special delivery Charizard. Now, looking at TCG Player, special delivery Charizard is around a $20 card, give or take. So it's pretty affordable, especially for something very limited. It's no longer available. The expiration to getting your special delivery Charizard was December 31st of last year, so literally a year ago. That was it. There are no more of these. They are gone. So if you want one, you have to buy one, just like I did with TCG Player. And for $20 for something like this gorgeousness here, this awesome card, yeah, that's a great deal. But this starts to sound like something, doesn't it? This starts to sound a little like, yeah. It starts to sound a little like this guy, doesn't it? But obviously, there is a big difference between Special Delivery Charizard and Pikachu with Gray Felt Hat. Yes, we're going to talk a little bit about Van Gogh, but we're not going to get into the whole argument, everything like that. I just want to mention the thing, the elephant in the room. Knowing how this came about, that Pokemon clearly had a system already in place for many and many more wonderful folk out there, Pokemon collectors and lovers alike, to obtain. They skipped out on this one. Why? Why would the Pokemon Company decide to do this? It made no sense. It still makes no sense to this day. Why you would have a great system which gives many, many people who cherish your company a chance at this card and to have it in their collection. And you could have said, okay, let's just, okay, so you have to buy Van Gogh stuff in order to get this card. And of course, let's just say the debauchery happens and no one can buy the Van Gogh stuff because clearly they had a limited release of it. No matter if they had the codes present or not, they had a limited release of the Van Gogh, and only still a few percentage of people were able to obtain it, even through the code process with Special Delivery Charizard. They clearly cared enough to say, well, you know what? Sorry that the Van Gogh stuff isn't available anymore. If you buy $40 worth of stuff with us, and your code, either you received a code and, the code didn't work or something like that, but you have a code and it hasn't been used yet, your code is still valid. Or have another registration where you put in your email address and your billing address, and then guess what? You do the same thing as you did with Special Delivery Charizard, and this whole Pikachu with Great Fell Health debauchery would have been isolated with just the museum in the Neverlands, which you know, that was a tragedy in itself, and I believe firmly that the Pokemon Company failed that museum without prepping them, saying, hey, you're going to get some craziness, but we're going to help you quell the crazy. But again, we're not going to talk much about that. We just want to the point. How can you do it with this, but not this? And I believe that this card is forever going to have some taintedness to it, that there's going to be bad blood, and why I continually see Pokemon YouTubers kind of toss off this card and say I'll never collect it because of the reasoning. But, you know, if you want me to talk more about the Pikachu Van Gogh and give you a complete history and synapse on it, and even delve back into this and revisit this, sound off in the comments below. Let me know if you want me to go and do the Van Gogh. Like other PokeTubers have. I mean, this has been almost exhausted to the point of where people are just tired of hearing about it. But it is relevant to this because maybe some people don't realize that this was a thing, and this... Why? Alright, let's move on. Okay, next package. Oh, let's see here. Yeah. What do we got here? Ooh, baby! Oh, my Lanta. Okay, folks. I, for the longest time, have not been a Dragonite fan. I, for the longest time, had said that Dragonite is just orange Barney the dinosaur. I have, for the longest time, said it was the derpiest dragon Pokemon, and it never made sense. And I just like, why would Dratini evolve into Dragonair, and Dragonair evolve into, what the hell is that? But here we are, with, in my personal opinion, the most beautiful, pretty, and cute, and vibrant, and most representative artwork of Dragonite I have ever seen in my life. And this is the first eBay purchase in this video. And I'm going to show you why buying from eBay might behoove you to do a little bit better, and some hints and tips to assist you. Again, I will make a huge video on how to purchase through eBay using TCG Player as a research tool, and so on and so forth. So if you want to be smarter about buying singles and winning those bids and all those things and getting the best bang for your buckaroo, let me know in the comments below. I would be more than happy to make that video. I plan to do it anyways, I guess, but I think I'd be a little bit more motivated if you sound it off in the comments below. But let's take this out and examine it. So, of course, I was able to actually see a picture or two or three of this card before purchasing it. I was able to use my discerning eye to say, you know what? That's a damn good card. At least it looks like it in the picture. I say that to disclaim this. Never should you ever expect anything you get offline to be Gem Mint 10 or perfect or the best. Because even though I try to buy from people who do really good pictures and are truthful and everything of that point, everything, okay? I will, unless you receive something wildly different than what was shown in the descriptions. Again, we can talk all about eBay and everything. I'll make a whole episode, but it's to get to this point. Don't expect a Gem Mint 10. Try and get one as best as possible, but don't expect one. Use your eyes. Learn how to self-grade cards before you make eBay purchases, and be smart about eBay. This is beautiful. The centering on this is pretty much perfect. The sides are equal. It's slightly, and I do mean slightly, a little bigger on the bottom. But this is a Gem Mint 10 in the front. It really is. My personal opinion. It may not grade that way. I'm hoping it does. But holy crap. I mean, not a single print line. A single scratch. And as you notice, I'm not touching the picture. Oh my Lanta. Let me rant real quick about this. with PokeTubers, they're just thumbing through the cards and like, oh yeah, and they grab the front of it and smear their greasy little fingers all over the card. It irks me to no degree. It is a pet peeve of mine. Dear Lord, don't touch the picture. Do your best to keep your animal hands to yourself, Mr. or Missy. don't touch the picture. So, we're gonna flip this over on the back. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. No dents. We're gonna start off with this nice shine here and go down. Nothing. 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 Absolutely nothing. This thing is beautiful. Look at the centering too. Centering on this back, again, near perfect. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a prime example of if you know what to do about buying this cards on eBay, you can score yourself some beautiful gems. And of course, like I said, any of these sellers from eBay, because they are fantastic people, I will put a link to their store in the description below. Go visit them. They have wonderful packaging. Anybody that okay, just as your disclaimer, anyone that I decide and deem to feature and showcase the cards that I have purchased off of eBay, I do so because I viewed them as a wonderful A+++ seller that has done good with packaging and shipping and getting things to you, and that the card is exactly as described. I will not, unless it's a buyer beware, which I'll make that description. I will talk about that. I will not showcase a card if the seller or the card or whatever may happen isn't to up to snuff. This is up to snuff, and you should definitely visit the seller and look at what they have in their inventory. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Now, a little bit about Dragonite V. This is the 7th most expensive card in the Evolving Skies set, which they're kind of battling for space with all the evolutions. There's Espeon, Leafeon, and I believe Glaceon that is also in this Evolving Skies set. They're crawling into the $100+ mark. I was able to obtain this under market. Again, buying smart with eBay. And I will be more than happy to make that episode if you so wish for me to do so. So, buying smart, I was able to get this a little bit underneath market value. And I plan to get it graded, of course, because it's just, wow. It is so beautiful. It is the best card ever. I don't care who you are. It's the best. And, yeah. I can't talk highly enough about Dragonite V Ultra Mirror. So, before I spend too much time oogling over this thing, let's move on to our last card of the day. Alright, last card. What could it possibly be? What do we have here? Woo! Set you aside. Let's get you out of here because we're going to do some things. Alright, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, Pokey Rockers. Yeah, buddy. The Rayquaza VMAX Alternate Art Rare from Evolving Skies. Though second and only to Moonbryon as far as the most valuable card in the Evolving Skies set. This card is worth around $250, give or take. Now we're talking about some money, aren't we? And you're saying, holy crap, can't believe that he purchased that card. That's so much money. He's got ridiculous expendable income, so on and so forth. No, I don't have expendable income. Although, I guess you could say we all do as Pokemon collectors. It's expendable income. But that's beside the point. What we're trying to drive here is really, this is the pinnacle and the reasoning behind getting singles. Because, sure, this is a $250 card. And sure, this was a $100 card, so $350. I'm going to throw some information up there for you, so that way we can bring this into context. Here is how much an Evolving Skies booster box is.
Dear God!
All right, you see that price? Yeah. That's a little expensive, isn't it? Okay. And here's the thing. That's more money than the Dragonite V alternate art and this Rayquaza V Max alternate art combined. And if we see some of the pull rates for Evolving Skies, of which I'll post right here, as you can see, you're not even guaranteed to get Rayquaza V Max in that wonderful, beautiful, bubbling booster box of Evolving Skies. So you just would have spent $440 at the chance to try, now there's that word again, try, and get this card. When you could have just bought it for $250, saved yourself some heartache and headache, and got the card you wanted. That is the biggest point to buying singles. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it worth it? Abso-freaking-lutely. This was also another eBay purchase, by the way, and of course I will put a link to the seller in the description below. He is a wonderful person, and he's actually local to me in Tennessee, so that was great. That was wonderful. So shipping, of course, was incredibly fast. I got it practically next day after I bought it, so that man is on point, so he deserves a gold star. So let's take out Rayquaza V Max and take a little look, shall we? Here is His Majesty, Rayquaza V Max. Whew. This is a thing. So centering, you see the silver borders. They're perfect. The silver border on the bottom and the top, you really can't tell on the top. But it is there. There's a faint line, and I'm not going to be able to zoom in for you enough to even see that. But we can tell by how thick it is at the bottom here that the top is going to be negligible if it is off. So this is, in my regard, a perfectly centered front-facing card with no print lines whatsoever, no scratches, no dents, no whitening, nothing. This is glorious. Look at that. It's straight as a sword, as a blade, as a katana. It is wonderful. Flipping it over. Let's take a look. Okay, so centering on the back, a little heavy on the top, slight on the bottom, a little heavy on the right. So this card is shifted this way. Again, though, this is still Gem Mint 10 quality. Why? Because again, as we've learned, the back of the card is not graded as scrutinizably, judgmentally, whatever word you wish to use, as the front. But as we can tell with our nice little shine here, dear Lord, what a monster of a card. What a monster of a card. No whitening, no dents or scratches, nothing crazy, keeping it, I would say, is a Gem Mint 10. Of course, I'm only using my discerning eye. I have a jeweler's monocle, jeweler's loop coming in the mail, so I'll be able to actually scrutinize cards a little bit more. But here's the thing, again, the disclaimer: you cannot expect a Gem Mint 10 card coming in the mail. It just will not happen. But by golly, I wish it would. So I'm hoping that the Dragonite V, and namely this Rayquaza V Max, score 10. 9.5 will still be great. I don't really care, although I do. I want it in the slab. It deserves to be in a slab. It needs to be preserved. It needs to go. It needs to get in there. And so that's where we're going to be at. Beautiful, beautiful card. So, hopefully we've learned a thing or two. I'm all about teaching as best I can. I am new into the hobby, so clearly I don't know shit. So, but I am starting to learn, and I learn fast. I am a quick learner. It doesn't take much for me to be able to be good, not a master, but good at a lot of things. I'm a jack of all trades, if you will. But the main take from this is not only is it going to be an experience of showing how our collection is growing, but I also wanted it to be an experience for all of you, so that way you could gain some knowledge, be better at buying singles, using your resources, learning what's good, what's bad. Do you want to trust your fates to TCG player, and whatever have you, and potentially end up with cards like these which, again, it's not a bad card, okay? It's not a bad card. It's still a near mint card. It could still very much grade very well. And a 9 in this card is okay. As far as value is concerned, a 9 is okay. You may have to sit on it for a while, which that kind of goes for these cards as well. These newer cards, I'm not really counting this because it's a low-end card anyways, but these cards that especially have worth, if they grade lower than a 10, especially modern, there's not a lot of gap. There's not a lot of gap between a raw card and a 9 or 9.5. So, saying that, you may have to sit on these cards if they do grade below a 10 or under a 9.5. I say if they go with a 9 or lower, you're going to have to sit on them for quite some time, or hopefully regrade if you want to, before you start seeing your money and value coming back. But why am I still holding this card, ladies and gentlemen? Why am I still holding this? Because I do not plan to grade this card. I want you all to listen to this very carefully, okay? This is going to be something huge. I don't think I'm going to be offering it very much or often. I'm going to be giving this card away to somebody. That's right. I am going to literally send this in the mail to someone that is currently a subscriber. And if you look at my subscribers right now, I only have about, 35 people. Okay? If you go to any other Pokemon, if you go to any other Pokemon channel, you'll see about thousands, maybe even millions of people who are subscribed to these others. And when they do giveaways, your chances of getting something is incredibly low. So, I'm not going to grade this card. And in fact, I've already ordered 2 more that actually have pictures that I bought off of eBay that I believe are going to be much better quality than this one. Again, this is not a bad quality card. Just to me personally, I want to have the best chances at a 10, and I don't believe this is a 10. Someone, by all means, can prove me wrong if they wish to. And I would love to know the story about this card to whoever I send it to. So, how do you get a hold of this card? Let me let you know how to get a hold of this card. I'm glad that you stuck around to the end because you're only going to know about this until the very end of the video. So I'm going to know who watches my videos. You must like this video. You must be subscribed because I will be able to see if you are subscribed or not, okay? I get your notification and everything, so make sure that you have show when subscribed or something like that in your profile when you subscribe to a channel. I will get notified that you have subscribed, and I obviously, by clicking on your name, I'll know as well. But hold on, how's the only way I'm going to be able to click on your name? Oh, that's right, leave a comment, and only those who leave a comment will be put into the drawing for this card. I will be using a random number generator for however many comments I get. This will be let's do 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So, I can't look at my phone because I'm using my phone right now, but 2 weeks from the posted date of this video, I will stop all the comments and stuff and see who has left comments, and I will do a number generator, and then I'll have another video that comes out of which I will announce the winner to this, and I will make sure to put in the description, I guess you could say, a shout out to whoever wins, so that way they can view the video and see. In the case of no winner, then we'll figure it out from there. But nonetheless, this is your chance to get our very first giveaway, and this is a good card. This is something fun. This is something that even if you don't really care too much, I'm sure you would like to have it in your inventory. So, like, share if you want. We'd love to have it shared. Love to have anything shared. It's fun. It's fun. Sharing is caring. Like, subscribe, and then comment. And you will receive this card, if you win, in your lovely, dovely little mailbox. And you will have a wonderful day. Call it an early Christmas present. It might actually come after Christmas, I don't know. But nonetheless, awesome. And lastly with this, for the comment, I want you to tell me what your favorite Pokemon is and why. That's it. That's it. Oh, or you can comment, do you want to see our faces? I know I've already showed a face or two with my trucker rant, but, you know, do you want us to do the whole traditional, have the camera looking at us and all that stuff? Do you want to see our faces, yes or no? Or if you don't want to answer that, let me know what Pokemon you like and why. Or just comment whatever, like, let's rock, let's keep rocking, Poke Rockers. I don't care either way. Just throw a comment down there, you'll be entered. And like I said, we'll announce the winner in a couple weeks from now or so. All right. Well, Poke Rockers, thanks for sticking to the end. And for those that have stuck to the end, you obviously know about the giveaway. You all have yourselves a great day, Poke Rockers. Yeah!